everybody, it's me Stacy here at Scrapbooking Made Simple with our next YouTube mini class for you today. Now we are on YouTube number 122, so it's too early to be counting down to 200, but what we are counting down to is next Saturday. Next Saturday will be June 13th. June 13th. And that is a super big day here at Scrapbooking Made Simple. We have a big announcement to make that has been in the works for quite some time. Actually, there's two big announcements to make on June 13th, and then there's two more big announcements to be made on July, and they're completely different things. It's been so hard for me to keep all of this secret for so long. So I'll be glad for June 13th because at least I can let some of it out of the bag. And then on July 13th, the rest of it. Now, there will be a YouTube posting about it. There'll be a Facebook posting about it. There'll be an email posting about it. But if you are anywhere in Southern California or California, you want to be in our store on June 13th. At least I think so. We're so excited. I can't wait to tell you. You want to be here, I hope, and hopefully you'll be as excited as I am. Now, it's 2015, so if you are watching this in 2016, surprise has already happened, but it'll be a surprise to you, right? So now go to the June 13th YouTube, find it, and then you don't have to wait. You can watch it right after this one and know exactly what the surprise was. So June 13th on Facebook, on YouTube, in an email, and in our store. Two big announcements for Scrapbooking Made Simple. And then again, July 11th, two more big announcements for Scrapbooking Made Simple. Okay, well, we are on YouTube 122, and you know what that means. That means that we have Winner Chicken Dinner from YouTube 121. Are you ready to hear if you won? Now people ask, well, how do I become a Winner Chicken Dinner? It's easy. All you have to do is watch this YouTube, and then when you're done watching, because it's important that you watch, YouTube looks at how many minutes people watch, that you watch the whole thing and then you go post a comment on our YouTube channel. Now you do have to be a YouTube subscriber and then a subscriber to our channel to post a comment. So you would get a login for YouTube, and then you would subscribe to our YouTube channel, and then you'll be able to post a comment. And you can post anything that makes you happy, that you're just having the most amazing day ever, or it was your anniversary and your husband brought you roses, or it's your anniversary and your wife fixed you your favorite dinner. Whatever you want to post, it's fine with us. Just keep it nice and polite. And we moderate the comments, and so once I take a look at them, and I do look at every single comment, then we approve them. Okay, so do you want to know if you're a Winner Chicken Dinner from the last YouTube, which we did Tonic Studios? Oh my gosh, wasn't it beautiful? It was just gorgeous. Their dies, yum. We did the cameo dies and the edge dies, and we used with the cameos that they make. It's just beautiful, and two of you are going to win some of that wonderful product. Congratulations. Okay, our first winner is, well, it's a little too early in the morning here in California right now for this, but it's 5 o'clock somewhere, right? So Miss Martini Girl 1, congratulations. You're our first YouTube winner for today. Woohoo for you. And like I said, it's a little early for a martini here, and well, I don't drink. I don't drink at all. My husband says I'm a really cheap date because I don't drink at all. But Miss Martini Girl, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, so go grab yourself a martini and celebrate that you're a Winner Chicken Dinner. And our second winner is Jade Morris. Congratulations, Jade. Woohoo, ka-choo for you too. You and Martini Girl can toast a glass together. Now, how are you two going to claim your prize? Easy. You're going to email us at winner, WINNER, at scrapbookingmadesimple.com. That's it, winner@scrapbookingmadesimple.com. You're going to put in the subject line, I'm a YouTube Winner Chicken Dinner, and you're going to give us your name, your address, your telephone number in that email, and Sarah will get your prizes off to you just as quickly as possible. I almost think she's completely caught up with prizes. Holy smokes artichokes, yay for Sarah. All right, you guys, you've won some wonderful Tonic Studios product. Now, today, I'm going to be showing you what I think are some of the most underutilized tools in our crafting industry. If you are into die cutting and embossing, specifically embossing, then and you don't have these tools in your arsenal, then I think you need to have them. I think they're very underutilized. I think because of that, one of the reasons they're underutilized is they're just not hip. They're not packaged really cool, and they don't grab your eye. And if you do see them, you look at them and you're like, what do I do with these? And so I hope that this is something you're going to enjoy. We're also going to show you some interchangeable embossing folders because these are becoming more and more prevalent on the market. Now, the ones I have for you are from Siegel, and they're on the lesser expensive side of interchangeable embossing folders. Tattered Lace has some beautiful interchangeable embossing folders, but they're on the more pricey side, and I want to bring you something that everybody can afford. So I want to show you those as well. But first we're going to start with the Darice diffusers for your embossing folders. Now, what's a diffuser? I'm going to explain that. And if you already know what a diffuser is, you still may want to pay attention to this because there's some very specific sandwiches you need to use when using your Big Shot, your Big Kick, your Vagabond, your Big Shot Plus. It's not the same sandwich that we put together. And for those of you who are just tuning in who have no idea what I'm talking about, that's okay too. I'm going to show you and you're going to see, and hopefully you're going to go, oh, and be so excited because I think that these are really cool products and they're affordable and they never go bad. They have no expiration date, and what they will allow you to do with product you already have is just grow with it, and that's important. So I'm gonna tilt on down and we're gonna get started for today, and it's really good to see everybody. Bye, down we go. All right, you guys, there we go. So what is this? It's a good question. It's a piece of plastic with a big old hole in it. This is a diffuser. Now, a diffuser is used with an embossing folder. And for those of you who are unfamiliar with embossing folders, here you go. This is an embossing folder. We use this with our die cutting machines. Now, it doesn't have to be a Big Shot or a Big Kick. That is the machine that we prefer because Ellison, the parent company of Sizzix, makes the best machine on the market. It could be a Cuttlebug. It could be Embossability, I think it is, or an Embosser. There's lots of different die cutting machines on the market, and these will work with all of them. I just can't tell you the exact sandwich because I work with the Big Shot machine, which is the same as the Big Kick. You can also, it's the same as a Vagabond. The sandwiching would be the same, or your Big Shot Plus machine. So I've got a translucent embossing folder right here, and I've got something called a diffuser. Now, Darice makes these, and I'm going to show you how to use them in just a minute, but very quickly, for those who have never seen an embossing folder before, and I know that there's a few of you out there who have just started crafting who are a bit overwhelmed, I want to show you what this does super fast, okay? So I've got my Big Shot machine. This is a die cutting machine, which means it cuts shapes and creates awesome things. I have got my multi-purpose platform with me, which comes with the machine, and this is what you need to make everything work. I'm going to open it up to tab 1, because on tab 1 it clearly shows embossing folders. That looks just like that, and I'm going to put it onto my machine. I'm going to take a clear plate down. I'm going to put a piece of paper in between my embossing folder, open it up, put my paper right in. Now I'm using a color core paper, which means that if I tear the paper, it's a different color on the inside. I'm going to put it right back down, put my do not cut plate right on top, and send it on through. So for those of you who have done this about 1,000,000 times, just hang in there. I want to show those who have never seen this before what an embossing folder can do when you use it with your Big Shot machine. I'm going to pull this on over, and here I am. And when I open it up, bam! Do you see how it added that texture from a plain piece of paper to a textured piece of paper. An embossing folder is the easiest way to add dimension and texture to your paper, to your layouts, to your cards, to your mixed media or your altered art. It is the fastest and easiest and probably one of the most economical ways to add texture and dimension to paper, because an embossing folder on average runs about $5 and they never go bad, ever. I mean, I suppose you could try and destroy them, but they're pretty hardy. They're pretty hardy. Now, I told you that this is a color core paper, and that means if I were to tear it, the inside color would be different than what's on the top and the bottom. But instead of tearing it, I'm gonna grab my sanding block, and this is a sanding gadget by Coordinations. Color core paper is made by Coordinations. Can you use regular sandpaper? Absolutely. Is this a little bit easier? Yes. Is it economical? Yes. This runs $3.50 and then it's like $1.20 for 8 refills, and you just Velcro the refills right on. And what's nice about it is it's made by the same company that makes the paper, so you know the grit isn't going to tear your paper. So I'm just gonna give just a really quick sand, super fast, just so those who have never seen this before can see it. And ta-da, now you can really see the embossing coming up. Easy, beautiful, you could die cut and then emboss. I mean, there's just so much you can do. You can use this as a mat for your pictures, the front of your card, whatever makes you happy, but super fast and super easy. And gosh, there must be thousands of embossing folders on the market by now in every style you could possibly think of. So there's a huge benefit to having them, because they're easy to store, easy to use, and give great finished product like that, super fast. Okay, now I'm gonna move on to what a diffuser does. So I've got my Doris diffusers here. And again, they're not very sexy. They're not, they just, you look at them and it's like, what are these? And what doesn't help is that the packaging is pretty blah. Sorry, Doris. Packaging's pretty blah. You can see what comes in it, which I love, but unless you know what it is you're doing with these, you're gonna walk right past them. And I think that's a huge mistake. They're $14.99. You get all 7 shapes, where in comparison, Tim Holtz makes some fabulous diffusers. He does, they're beautiful. But you get 3 shapes for $12.99, I think. And here you're getting 7 for $14.99. And they're giving you good basic shapes that you'll be able to use all the time. So what do they do? Well, it is plastic and it has a hole in it. And I'm certainly not the first one to talk about these. In fact, they really came from very savvy crafters in the card world who, once the embossing folders came out, they wanted to be able to emboss a piece of paper but still leave a portion of that paper flat with no embossing, so they could stamp on it or add an embellishment or whatever it is they wanted to do. And they got very smart. Crafters are so smart. They really are ingenious. They went to the different hobby stores and they found balsa wood frames. You'll see them at Michael's for like 99 cents, $1, something like that. Balsa wood frames that had the hole in it because it was a frame, and you would paint it and decorate it and then put your picture in it. And they used those as the first diffusers, and it was absolutely ingenious. But the plastic ones last you forever as opposed to the balsa. The balsa wood eventually gives way a little bit and compresses down because it is wood and you're putting it into a machine that has a roller that's going to compress. So Doris and a few others came up with diffusers that will last the course of a lifetime. But what do? Let me show you. So I'm going to put my paper in, and with an embossing folder you have a male and a female side. You have a male side and a female side, and the idea is that when you put your paper in and you put it through your machine, whether it be a Cuttlebug or a Big Shot or a Big Kick or a Vagabond, the pressure from the rollers in the machine forces that paper, forces the bottom end into the top, and makes that embossing, forces that paper into those negative spaces to make that embossing. When we put a diffuser on top of it, it still forces the paper in, but only where you see the white. So I would be getting the pattern all the way on the white, but where this open hole is, the roller's not going to hit it. So it's not going to push the paper into the embossing folder, and it's actually going to just leave it plain. Holy smokes, what's she talking about? That's okay, let me show you. This is where you may want to pause and get a piece of paper and pencil. So, because the sandwiching is different than what you would normally be used to. So, if you need a moment to pause, go ahead, pause. Hi. Okay, pause is over, back down. The sandwiching is definitely different than what the norm is. Because we are using the diffuser, we have to change the way we sandwich the product in our Big Shot machine. And I have got my multi-purpose platform, and when I ran the first one through, when I ran this one through, I took it right to tab 1 because I showed you, there's the embossing folder. This time we have to open up our tabs all the way. You need to go down to that rarely used base plate. Rarely used base plate, and you're going to be using this as your foundation. Then we're going to put down our clear plate. We're going to put down our embossing folder with the paper inside. Let me bring my machine over. There we go. So I've got my multi-purpose platform completely open, no tabs. Both tabs are over here. I've got a clear plate down. I've got my embossing folder with my paper inside. Then I've got my diffuser right on top. And last but not least, my do not cut plate. Now I'm using my colored plates as do not cut plates. And I'm just going to put it in, and I'm going to send it through. So again, I used the very bottom plate, the very bottom of my multi-purpose platform. I want to show you what will happen. Let's say I tab to tab 1, where it shows the embossing folder, and I put it in, and I've made my sandwich just like I was supposed to, and then I try to send it through. It's not going to go. It's just not. I'm moving my handle. Whoa, sorry guys. I'm moving my handle, but it's not going to let me go. It's stopping me. It's taking that first bunch in because there's no embossing folder there. But after that, it says no. That's how you know, back it out and try a different platform. So if I'm going to flip this back around, hopefully and not hit the camera. So if I was on the tab 1 and it wouldn't let me go, then you know it's still too thick. Open it up to the base. That's the beauty about the Big Shot machine and the Big Kick, is that no matter what you do, if it's not going to fit, it's not going to fit. It will not let you force it through. And if it goes through too easy and doesn't do anything, you know you don't have it on the right tab or the right platform. All right, so let me take this out of my way. So this is what we ran through, and I'm going to pull that off. I'm going to open this up, and can you see the negative space that's been left behind? So where my diffuser was on my embossing folder, that's where it left the pattern, and where it kept the roller from hitting is where it didn't. Let me sand it just really quickly, just so you can see. Now you can see it even better, where it left that beautiful oval. It has now taken this basic embossing folder and added a totally different level, different look to it. Now you can stamp inside here. You can put a beautiful decoupage embellishment. You can put roses. You can write. You can put a picture in there. It's up to you because it left it flat. It gave you a working space on this piece of paper. Oh my gosh! It took this embossing folder and made it even more. But with the Doris diffusers, they give you so many different shapes. So, I mean, you can take your one embossing folder and now it has an oval frame where you can use it in your scrapbooks and put a picture behind it. Now it's got like a Polaroid frame where you can use it in your project life stuff, and it's got a frame there for something. It's got the circle there for something. They gave you so much, and you're still just using the one embossing folder, but now you're getting so many different looks from that one embossing folder. It is underutilized. If you have these, you need these because it makes these even more valuable. It does. And for $14.99, and yeah, they'll be on a YouTube Yummy sale, I promise. But for $14.99, it now makes this folder, 15, 16 different folders. Because you could do it this way, you could do it this way. I mean, it just gives you so much more. And who doesn't want more? So I've done it on a piece of paper, and like I said, this is core paper, or color core paper. So if I tear it, it tears to a different color, and that's how I was able to get the sanding. And yes, we do sell it in the 4 1/4 by 5 and the 6 by 6. It is by Coordinations. It was just on a YouTube Yummy, so many of you may have already purchased this, but I'm gonna now do it with shimmer paper, and I want you to see what it looks like with shimmer paper and a diffuser. So here's my beautiful shimmer paper, and this is by Crafter's Companion, and this will be on a YouTube Yummy. It comes in, I don't know, 8 or 10, maybe even more than that, 12 different colors. It's gorgeous. It's heavyweight cardstock with a beautiful shimmer on it. I'm gonna take my diffuser. Let's grab a different one. Let's grab this embossing folder. And where I got the embossing folders from today are from our Sizzix Super Saver. So these are the 2 embossing folders that I'm using today, and they're both on a Sizzix Super Saver, which means their retail is $4.99 and they're on sale for $2.50. So let's just think about this. If you bought both of these for $5 for the both of them, and you bought the diffusers at $14.99 less 20%, so what does that bring it down to? $12? So you're at $17, and between the 2 of these and then diffusers, you could make about maybe 30 different combinations of embossing. I mean, that's craziness. That is getting so much for your money. Okay, I'm gonna use this one. I'm gonna put my paper right there. And how do you know which is the right way up for an embossing folder? Well, Sizzix is very nice, and they put their logo right there, and that tells you that's face up. And then I'm gonna take a diffuser. Let's take the oval, the big oval. I'm gonna put it right on top. I'm gonna bring my machine back over. I am working on the bottom platform. I'm gonna put my first clear plate down, my diffuser. This is absolutely stunning. It is stunning. Some things are pretty and some things are cute, and this is stunning. I'm gonna lay it down and I'm gonna send it through. Okay, little bits of creaks and cracks, don't worry, it's all good. All right, I'm gonna pull it out and move my machine out of my way. Pull these out. And this is what we have. That's where we were at. Just push that out of my way. And then when I open it up, this is stunning. That's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. Can you not envision invitations and Christmas cards? And this isn't even a Christmas embossing folder, but look at how fabulous it looks on the red. Gorgeous, isn't it? Now you don't have to sand this. This is not sandable paper. It's going to be the same color all the way through. But if you want to highlight that embossing, easy peasy. Take your favorite ink. I'm going to be using StazOn today because in a minute I'm going to do it with shimmer sheets. StazOn ink is a permanent ink. So when you think of Sharpies or Bic markers, think StazOn. It's permanent. It will go on porous materials like paper, but more importantly, it goes on non-porous materials like plastic and metal and glass. So I'm just going to take this. I'm going to open it up, and only on some of it, just so you can see the difference. I'm just going to rub it across the top. And where that embossing is, where that raised embossing is, the ink is hitting it. So it's just another way. And I could have used black, I could have used blue, I could have used whatever makes me happy. But there it is plain, and there it is when it's been highlighted with ink. And you can see it's only hit the embossed portions, and here is my diffuser, so I can now stamp a beautiful sentiment in there. I can now put a beautiful stamp or what do they call those? The vellum, a vellum sentiment there. I could add flowers all the way around. You have a flat working surface to do whatever makes you happy. I could put peel-offs in there. It's whatever you want to do because you've got that flat working surface. That's all done with a diffuser. Isn't this gorgeous? Oh my gosh, it makes me want to start thinking Christmas. No, not yet. We need to get through 4th of July. I just loved it so much. Okay, so now I've done it on plain paper, and I've done it on shimmer paper. I'm also going to do it on a shimmer sheet. And here is a shimmer sheet. Now shimmer sheets are mylar. That's what this is. It's a piece of mylar, and it's actually bigger than this. This one happens to be gold. And they come in, gosh, I want to say 20 different colors maybe. They're by Elizabeth Crafts. They'll also be on a YouTube Yummy. But because it's mylar, you can see it bends and it moves, but it doesn't dent like a foil. However, when you emboss it, it holds, oh, there I am. Wait. Looking at a funhouse mirror. I want to be in the funhouse mirror that makes you really skinny. No, actually, I'm really happy with my curves. Never mind, I take that back. I'm pretty happy with the way I am. I hope you guys are happy with the way you are. Anyway, I digress. This is a shimmer sheet, and it's made by Elizabeth Crafts. It doesn't bend like a foil, but when you emboss it, it holds the embossing. So I'm gonna take it and let's do this one. I'm gonna put it in. I am going to decide, I'm gonna use my diffuser. I'm gonna bring my Big Shot back over. Which tab am I gonna open it up to? This is a test. Which tab am I opening it up to? I'm opening it all the way up to the bottom. So tab 1 and tab 2 are completely open. I'm gonna put down one of my clear plates, which would be usually your cut plate. I'm gonna put down my embossing folder with my shimmer sheet already in it. You know it's face up because the Sizzix logo. I'm gonna put down my diffuser from Doris. I'm gonna put down my do not cut plate, and I'm using the colored ones now for my do not cut plate, so I know, so everybody knows which is the do not cut plate. And I'm gonna send it on through. And there we go. All right, pull it on out, move it on over. This is where we're at. Take that off, open it up, and that's what we've got. ready to put your picture in there, ready to put your sentiment in there, ready to layer a smaller piece of paper in there. But remember I said it's Mylar, it's plastic. So if I wanted to highlight this gold shimmer sheet, I couldn't do it with a dye-based or a chalk-based ink. I need to use a permanent-based ink. Permanent means stays on. And again, you can absolutely use this for regular paper. Stays on can be used for regular paper, but dye-based ink can't be used for things that are non-porous, which means the ink, non-porous means that it will not accept the ink in. It won't saturate. If I put water on top of this, the water's just gonna bead up. If I put water on top of this paper, the water's gonna sink into it. So non-porous is plastic, metal, glass, anything that will not let a liquid absorb into. So I'm gonna take my Stays On, and I think I'm gonna get me a piece of paper just so I don't get it all over my craft mat. And although if I did, it wipes right off, and I'm just gonna come through and I'm gonna highlight where I have, and I'm only gonna do part of it. So now you can see where I put the Stays On ink, which dries very quickly, versus where I did not. And either way is great. It's entirely up to you. It's what makes you happy and what look you're going for. But if you're going to ink that embossing to bring it up, to make it more visible, and you're using a shimmer sheet, you definitely need to be using Stays On. And then I've got this beautiful flat surface in here to do whatever I want with. Yes, you can stamp with Stays On. Sure, you can ink up your stamps. Just know it will stain your stamps because it's permanent. You would need a Stays On remover to get it off your stamps. But you could stamp on here. Again, you could add a decoupage embellishment. You could add a beautiful sentiment that you have printed out from your computer. You could add a beautiful picture for your layouts. There's just so much to be done with the diffusers. I really like them. And again, I think they're one of the most underutilized tools in the industry when you're talking about using embossing folders. And when they're so affordable and they give you so much to do, I really do think that it's the packaging and the way they're presented that people, I would walk right by it. They're just not all that and a bag of chips. I mean, but what's inside the bag is what matters. And the directions, well, the directions inside are So I wanted to show you how to use them with your Big Shot machine or your Big Kick or your Vagabond if you're using a multi-purpose platform. But again, all of the different shapes in one package, giving you all of the different looks. It's absolutely amazing. That is what a diffuser does. So when you see the Tim Holtz diffusers, or if you see these out in your market, now you know. And of course, we will have them, and yes, they're on a YouTube Yummy for you. Okay, that's a diffuser. Now I'm gonna switch gears and I'm gonna take you into the world of interchangeable embossing folders. Siegel, I think, was one of the very first people or companies to put together an interchangeable embossing folder. And this is what it looks like when you get it. And again, not so easy to tell what exactly it does, but ingenious. I mean, really ingenious. They give you an embossing folder that has elements that pop out. And then you can interchange them. This folder has 3 different sentiments. You can do thank you, happy birthday, or congratulations, or you can leave it completely empty in the middle and it becomes like a diffuser. Huh? Let me show you, because visual is so much easier. Okay, I will tell you that in their first go round of these, they didn't give it, they were so excited about the components and how they all work together. They didn't necessarily think about the practicality of labeling. So when you get this in, you are definitely going to want to mark side A, side B, And then the side, the two elements that fit together that help make the embossing folder, you know, you just want to number them and label them so you know which one goes on top and which one goes on bottom. I'm just to make things easier and faster so you can just grab them. So I'm going to put this aside, and I am going to take a piece of paper. Oh, let's try, how about we do purple? Let me just trim it down a little bit because I'm using a 6x6 size. Trim my paper down real quick. So I'm going to use it with putting nothing in the center. Absolutely nothing in the center. And because we just did diffusers, what is going to happen? Well, as I put it through the roller, it's going to hit the embossing and force the embossing on that paper, hit the embossing until you get to this empty space where there's nothing for the roller to push down. So when I'm done, it's going to leave this beautiful space completely open for you to finish stamping on or embellishing. Again, you want to take notes on this because running through through your Big Shot machine or your Vagabond or your Big Kick is completely different than what we just did. What we just were working with was translucent embossing folders. This is a solid white embossing folder, and that means it gets treated differently. It's not difficult, it's just different. So I'm gonna pull my Big Shot over again, and I'm going to open to tab 1 where it says embossing folders. I'm going to put it down, and I'm going to put my folder directly onto my multi-purpose platform. It's not going to harm your platform, I promise. You would never put a die face down to your platform because it would cut into it. But this is just flat. So I can go ahead and I can put it straight on. No clear plate, no color plate, no squishy plate, no knock-knock plate. Straight on to my tab 1 where it shows embossing folders. And then I'm going to take one plate, my do not cut plate, over the top, and I'm going to send it through. Pull it out. And this is where we're at. And then you open, and I am all embossed or debossed. And can you see where it left my opening? Now I could sand this and start bringing that embossing up so you can see it better. Now you can see it really well. And you can see where nothing embossed, it just left it open. Ready for you to put a happy birthday peel off right there. Ready for you to stamp, ready for you to embellish it. Right there. That is leaving it open. It became a diffuser. But they give you 3 different sentiments to use with it. So let's try one. So I've got my 2. They fit together. See how they fit together? I'm going to put them into my embossing folder, and they kind of snap into place. Did you hear that? They kind of just snap into place. And if you're having trouble snapping it into place, just put it in and run it through your machine really quickly and it'll snap into place. So I've got them in, and now I'm going to grab, let's just say, this shimmer paper. I've got my shimmer paper in there. I'm going to bring my machine back over, going to keep it open to tab 1 because it shows my embossing folders. I'm going to put it straight onto my multi-purpose platform, and then I'm going to cover it with a clear plate. Now, if you wanted your embossing to be even deeper, yes, absolutely, you could put a little shim underneath it, and it would help emboss it a little bit heavier. It's going to make it a little tighter to roll through, but you could do that if you wanted it a little bit heavier. Creaks and cracks are okay, I promise. And let's pull that back. And this is where we're at. And then when you open it, happy birthday. So cute! Isn't that cute? But what if you don't want happy birthday? What if you want congratulations? You don't have to buy another embossing folder. Ha ha ha. You just pop this one out and put the other sentiment that you want in. Here, this one's thank you. Let's try thank you. Okay, so should go this way. And then this one should go this way. And let's grab, well, I don't know how it's gonna look on a shimmer sheet, but you know what? Never hurts to try, right? Oh, my shimmer sheet's not big enough. Okay, well, that's all right. You're gonna get the idea anyway. Put it in. So I've done it plain. I've done it with happy birthday. And now let's try it on a shimmer sheet. Bring my machine back over. Open it to tab 1. Put it down. And send it through. There it is. It's always a surprise to me what we get. You see it exactly when I see it. Oh, there we go. Oh my gosh. How beautiful is that? How beautiful is that? Now, absolutely, I could come back with some ink and highlight it if I want it, but this is an iris shimmer sheet, which is different than the gold. Metallic shimmer sheets are metallic all the way through. Iris shimmer sheets, and you know it's iris when it has that oil slicky iridescent-y look to it, and I want to say maybe 16 of the shimmer sheets are iris or gemstone, and they've got this iridescence to them. You can sand that, and underneath all of this purple iridescence is a solid color of something. Usually it's white or black. What I do recommend is that when you do sand it, you go in the same direction. Pick it up and go. That way, your lines are always in the same direction. And what you will see is that some of the shimmer has left, but the thank you, the white, has started to come through. Fabulous. All done with the Seagull interchangeable embossing folders. Now, they only make 2 of them. There are other interchangeable embossing folders out on the market. They're a little bit more pricey. They are great. There's nothing wrong with them. It's all a matter of what your budget is and where you want to spend that budget. And I think for the $7.99, these are awesome. Here's the one we've been working with. And like I said, it gives you the thank you, the happy birthday, and the congratulations, or just plain. I mean, awesome. Easy to use. I want to go back over really quickly before I start showing samples and stuff. I want to go back over the sandwiches for you. So, if you are using your embossing folders with your Big Shot machine and you're just using a straight embossing folder. You're going to open to tab 1. You're going to put a clear plate down. You're going to put your embossing folder with your paper in it. Ta-da! And your do not cut plate, and you're going to send it through your machine just like that. If you are using your embossing folder with a diffuser, this time you're going to open it all the way up. So you're not going to leave tab 2, you're not going to leave tab 1, you're going to open it all the way up to your base tab. You're going to put your clear plate down, your embossing folder with your paper in it, and whichever diffuser makes you happy, because you got 7 to choose from, and then your do not cut plate, and you are going to send it through. That is if you are using a translucent embossing folder with a diffuser. If you are using a white embossing folder, and Spellbinders makes white embossing folders, you are going to open your multi-purpose platform to tab 1. No bottom plate at all. You're going to take your platform or your embossing folder, lay it down, clear plate, and send it through. This is not something you're going to be doing with your magnetic platform. You really need your multi-purpose platform, and it came with your machine. So it doesn't matter if you're using the Big Kick, the Big Shot, the Big Shot Plus, the Tim Holtz Vagabond, you are going to be using your multi-purpose platform. And yes, it will work with your Cuttlebug. It will work with your other die cutting machines. I just don't know the sandwich. But it's just trial and error. If you try one platform, you know, you're with a Cuttlebug, an A, a B, and a C plate, and it doesn't go through, well then try it with 2 B plates. At some point, your machine is going to let it go through. If it goes through too easy and doesn't do anything, you know your platform's not thick enough. And if your platform is too thick, it won't let you go through, so take something off. But try. We're talking about paper. This is it. Get some inexpensive copy paper and try until you find out what works with your machine. We recommend the Big Shot machine, the Big Shot Plus, because it is just the workhorse of the industry. So I wanted to go through those before we move, or before I show you samples, so you had an opportunity. If you need to go back and write them down, go back and write them down, because they are treated differently, whether it's just a plain embossing folder, an embossing folder with a diffuser, or a white embossing folder. All different. Okay? Okay, now who wants to see samples? Me. Okay, first, what are we gonna have for sale? Well, we're going to have the Seagull, and this is the second one. And you can see they got a little bit smarter. They started marking things A, so you knew A goes on top. And here's the A plate. So they did get better on their second one. So you don't have to mark your second one, but I would mark this one because this one doesn't have it. But here, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sentiments or a blank space. And this one has thinking of you, it's a party, thank you, happy birthday, and congratulations. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. And $7.99, and then they're on sale for 20% off. It's worth the try. It truly is. I think you'll be really, really happy with these. So we've got those for sale. On the YouTube Yummies, we've got the Doris diffusers on sale. And again, you got the 1, 2, and of course that one can go this way or this way, so that's actually 2 different ones. You've got the circle, that way. I mean, they all can be utilized in so many different ways. And they do such beautiful, beautiful things. Let's grab this one. So pretty. We will have on sale the shimmering paper from Crafter's Companion. We've got the card bases. And I want to say, like I said, there's more than this. These are just examples of colors. But there's probably 12 or 15 different colors that you can choose from. And that's what I used. That's what I used on this one. the happy birthday. There we go. And we will have the shimmer sheets on sale. And again, this is just an example of some of the colors of what you can do. The colors are absolutely beautiful. I don't know if you, there we go. Just gorgeous. So the shimmer sheets will be on sale. Let's show some samples. So here's the happy birthday one we've been playing with. All done up. Just took a little bit of stickles and ran the stickles around the edge and just colored in the happy birthday. Isn't that the cutest card? Yellow makes you happy. Here we've got the make and take that we did, and this one says it's a party down there, and that is the second set of this one. But here it is again. Same set. This time it says thinking of you. Same set. Cuts out the piece, there you go. Well, I think we cut that piece out for it. We did, we cut the piece out. So it's gonna emboss that piece, and we went in and cut it out. Here is the same as the happy birthday, only this time we left it empty and we just put in a Merry Christmas peel off. Went around the edges and highlighted the edges. And here is the same, only this time we did thank you. And we cut it out, so we embossed it twice. We embossed it on the white, and then we just embossed a little piece of the blue and just fussy cut it out and stuck it right on top. So cute. And here in black, this one says congratulations. And then we did up just some quick diffusing. So plain diffusing just on color core paper, on shimmer with the stays on. Here we did it with the shimmer sheets, and we sanded it so that white comes through. Here we threw a little embellishment in there, but just showing you all the different shapes that you could diffuse to. So cute. Leaves you that nice open space to add a little something. Gosh, I've got tons of them. And then I want to show you some layouts, because Mary Lynn did some layouts. Hopefully I can get it in here. So here's that happy birthday. Now when Mary Lynn does her layouts, she finds pictures out of a magazine, and then she has to think of a story. So because for her to do it, she has to have a story behind it, a feel. So these two are fraternal twins, that's her story, and they're celebrating their birthday. So she had to explain that to me to make sure I understood that those two were fraternal twins and they're celebrating their birthday. And there's the embossing folder used as an embellishment. Could have put a picture right there as opposed to the happy birthday, and then we could have mounted the happy birthday over here, but Mary Lynn, you did a beautiful job. Okay, and then here is the wedding. They just got married, and again, you know, she has to have a story behind it. So they're high school sweethearts, and they met after going to college, and they lost track. But is that not a beautiful page? And there is, again, the embossing folder. Stamped right in the middle. Did it twice. We embossed and then we cut this piece out and then stamped in the middle. Aren't those lovely? She does a beautiful job, and Michelle helped her with this one. SMS girl Michelle helped with this one. All right, so hey everybody. I hope that you felt that this was a beneficial YouTube and that you learned something about some products that when you look at them, it's like, or what do I do with these, or why do I want these? And I hope you see the reasoning why you want them. They're affordable, they're useful, they serve a purpose, and they expand your collection. And right there, that's enough for me. That's more than some products, that's more than a lot of products give you. So we will have the diffusers on a YouTube Yummy. We'll have the shimmer sheets on a YouTube Yummy. We'll have the Crafter's Companion paper on a YouTube Yummy. I don't know what else will be on a YouTube Yummy, but it'll be in the YouTube section. And I hope you have enjoyed. Where are you going to find all of these great products? Easy peasy, scrapbookingmadesimple.com, scrapbookingmadesimple.com, and look under the categories at the very top for YouTube Yummy sale. Click on it and it will show you all of your products. Okay, you guys, it's me, Stacy. I will see you in 1 week, June 13th. Very big day for us. I hope you are as excited about it as I am. And if not, then just fib. Tell me, oh my gosh, just lie to me. I'll believe you. I'm a very trusting person. I will believe you. All right, you guys, I'll see you next time. Bye.